Hello again. So here's the segment on perfect on-site optimization. When it comes to on-site optimization, it's a very misunderstood segment here, and a lot of people do it very wrong. We want to make sure that we are effectively targeting our main keywords and establishing a relationship with Google where we can have a lot of success in targeting our main keywords and showing them that we're relevant for those keywords. And so our on-site optimization, we're effectively trying to spoon feed Google what our main keywords are, what the ones we want to target the very most are, and then what our LSI keywords and some of the long-term keywords are going to be. Okay, and so how do you do that? So the first thing that we do is we want to make sure that our main keyword, the one with the most search volume, I'm just going to use a random business that I used in the last video, Restoration King. We want to establish what our main keywords are. And so the first thing that I always do is I always come in and look at the steady keywords that we're already ranking for. Okay, for this example, we're going to assume that they're ranking for all their main keywords. Here we want to sort by search volume, and we really want to sort mentally, not physically because it's a little bit difficult, but we want to sort mentally by search intent. Okay, Colorado Springs flooding, that's not our main keyword. Air duct cleaning, that's more of HVAC. That's not really what we're looking for, even though they do that well, right? And so in the big scheme of everything, we would come into these duct cleaning pages and we would optimize for carpet cleaning, duct cleaning, and those types of things. I'm not saying just skip over it, but for this example, we're going to skip over it. So the first keyword here we have restoration, water damage restoration, Colorado Springs. Okay, so before you do anything with your on-site optimization, we need to establish a list. Okay, we want to take a list of all of our keywords and we want to have it compared to a list of all of our pages. Every single keyword should be assigned to one page. And so here they have two pages that are targeting the same keyword. Okay, and what that does is it causes keyword cannibalization issues, which we'll get over when we go through the segment on your site structure and your content marketing plan, which will be in a couple more videos. But the reality is that they're dealing with some horrible keyword cannibalization issues, which let's just kind of break down what that is. So keyword cannibalization is an SEO issue that occurs when multiple pages on a site target the same keyword and serve the same purpose, and they hurt each other's rankings, and they also are confusing the search engine. So when number one, it hurts our relationship with Google because we're confusing them. Anytime we confuse them, we're going to have a really hard time ranking. And so here they're ranking number 5 for one of their main keywords, but they have another page that's pulling from their homepage and ranking as well. And this is a big deal because when we create these service pages, we don't want to do any keyword targeting. Okay, we want to completely leave that out because we're targeting that with our homepage, and whoever is doing their marketing has to know that. Okay, here's mold remediation, Colorado Springs. They're in the Google My Business Map Pack. They're ranking organically. And then they're also being pulled from the mold remediation page. Okay, so they could be probably top 5, top 3, but they're 8th because they're getting pulled and they're only getting 13 traffic out of the 170 there, or 0 traffic out of the 170 there. So this is a really big deal that you effectively do it. Now, what we want to do is we want to take the main keywords for our homepage here, which is going to be, we've got Colorado Springs water damage restoration. Okay, and one of the ways that you can quickly check how well people are optimized for their main keywords is just search it on their page. Do they have it in their meta title and their meta description? No, right? And this is their biggest keyword. This is the keyword that's going to provide them the most revenue if they effectively target it and do well, right? And we're talking about 260 search volume, which in the restoration space is quite a bit. A lot of the CPCs, the cost per click for the restoration industry, can be anywhere from $30 to $150 per click. And so this is very valuable traffic, big high-end jobs. And so we want to make sure that we are targeting our main keywords well. So here they don't even have the main keyword on their page at all. It's not in their meta title, it's not in their meta description, it's not in any of their headings, it's not in their text. And so what I like to do, I have a very quick way to approach this with my audits. But the reality is that when it comes to ranking well with SEO, we want to come in and look at the 200 ranking factors. Okay, And we want to do as many of these as possible. Now, Brian D no longer works for Backlinko. He actually sold it, and he works for SEMrush now. But these are the things you really want to make part of your process and go through each one of these. If it's your business and this is your baby, you slaved and worked hard to build this up. We want to make sure we're doing every single one of these as possible. Okay, and so our meta title should have our main keyword. Our meta description should have our main keyword. Our H1 tag should have our main keyword. Our keyword meta description, I already talked about that. The first content on your page should be your main keyword. There's a lot of different things that you can go in and do. And so when it comes to building your on-site optimization, we want to start with taking your main keyword, putting it in the meta title, meta description. And the experience that I've had is that if you do that, you'll rank well for all the sub niches as well. So all your sub keywords and your LSI keywords. And then we want to go in and any keyword that really is above, I would say 50, we want to make sure it's on your page. We want it on your page several times. And so through this process, the homepage, we want to make sure that we go and optimize it well. And then we want to do the water page. What's the goal? What's the purpose? What keywords we're targeting? I would recommend doing 0 Colorado Springs targeting there. Just talk about water damage as general concept and let your homepage rank for that. But when we start getting into some of these other things, mold remediation, basement, we want to make sure that we target those extremely well. Typically, your homepage isn't really going to rank for fire damage, and so kudos for them for getting that going. I would almost rather de-index these pages than have them sit and pull from each other. So we want to that's the way that we do keyword research. That's the way we do our on-site optimization. We'll effectively go through those 200 ranking factors and do as many as possible. The reality is you're not going to change your URL, right? And so there's some that you cannot do, but with this information, the most important things that you want to make sure you do well are having your main keyword and any keywords above 50 in order, right? If I have 2, 3, 4, 5 keywords that are 100 plus, I'll go put them all in your meta title, in your H1 tag. And so there's a lot of different ways that you can do the targeting, but the reality is that if you have those on your page, you're going to have a lot more success. These guys could realistically, with what they've currently got, go and do some on-site optimization and see their rankings double just with effective targeting. So this is how I do it. I recommend the 200 ranking factor list. And the most important things are making sure that your main keywords, so any that are actually producing 50 plus traffic, are in your meta title as effectively as possible, starting with your most important ones. And I typically do the brand name after, meta description, your image alt text, your headings, your H1 tags, your H2, H3, any video that you have we want to optimize, and then we want to make sure that we have it in our text and that our content is sufficient that we can effectively target, which is why they're ranking well. So thank you very much and have a wonderful day.